Okay, now we're going to talk about something I think it's interesting. Do you find it interesting?
We haven't heard the class laugh in a while, so I hope it's interesting.
Oh my God, it's not that interesting. Okay, the economic report that just came out. So dentists, as you know, have a suggested fee guide from the Ontario Dental Association. When that new 2013 version came out, there was also an economic report to the dental industry. The doom and gloom I mentioned at the beginning of our presentation. And
sorry, no one should be dropping out of school. Stay where you are.
Right. Stay where you are. So the moral of the story is this. You got to look at the demand and the supply side of everything, and you got a picture. Do you guys take economics? Do you know demand and supply? Here's a quick lesson. Ready? On the supply side, are there more or less dental students graduating now than before? More competition, right? And what about foreign trained dentists? They're coming back because they like Canada. I like Canada. And so we've got a lot more competition on the one side. What about the demand for dental services? Have middle-class incomes significantly increased over the past few years? No. And what's the outcome looking over the next 10 years? Not looking great. It's just kind of status quo. I think Henry mentioned that interest rates are probably going to go up, which is going to make it more expensive for people to do anything.
Insurance plans.
Yeah. 80% coverage is what my dental plan covers, but more and more likely the insurance companies are going to drop that to around 40%. So it's going to become more expensive for average consumers to buy dental services. Did you know that the average family in 2010 in Canada made $58,000 after taxes? Okay? That left them with about $685 a year per person to spend on dental care. Think of the cost of a crown. Then add to that the idea that the insurance companies are only going to cover 40%. So we're getting a sense of, kind of supply and demand. The final thing you guys should think about is who are your future patients most likely to be? The biggest proportion are going to be the elderly, the people who need those elevators going up and down and the ramps. And they're going to have very complex medical situations that you're going to have to deal with. You may not feel comfortable dealing with that, and you may lose out on a lot of patients. They're also going to be on fixed incomes. Right? So if you can anticipate this, what I call paradigm shift, which I thought was very well put together. So here's a question. Knowing that the future may not be as bright in dentistry as it has been, like Henry was mentioning, practices are selling for higher than they've ever been. You think it's going to stay that way? What do you guys do? What should you be doing? Assuming you're a practice owner, what kinds of things can you be doing to ensure that you thrive and survive in a hyper-competitive industry? Throw some ideas out there before I get bored and throw out my own. No whispering. Okay. No, it's a great. See,
you've been paying attention. Well done.
Yeah, he's going to target the elderly. That's great. Okay, what else? What else? Let's talk about what are some of the things you can do to bring in those patients. Advertising. Have you seen those deals on Groupon? $40 for a complete oral exam. You get your x-rays, your cleaning, and it's $40. It's unheard of. You think that's a good strategy? Does that sound good to bring in the patients? Hands up if you think that works. Nobody thinks that works? You think that works, Wally? Okay, you're wrong. They're right. You're wrong. Okay. Why doesn't that work? They only come once. These are not the types of patients you want. They will go for the cheapest deal on the block. You don't want them. What about those big flashy electronic banners you see outside that say free teeth whitening for all new patients? Is that something good? Is that a good gimmicky thing? Does anybody think that's Wally? Do you think that's a good idea? Oh, very good.
Wally's learning.
He's learning. Okay, yeah. Why again? It depends, but no, you generally don't want to discount yourself. You don't want to start off with free or discount. And in some situations, it's illegal and unethical. Did you know that writing patient testimonials on your dental website is currently against the ethical guidelines set by the RCDSO? Now, the question is, are they going to stay that way? And I'll give you a very interesting case in Florida. Some lawyers tried to advertise with some client testimonials, and it was against the law in Florida. And the Florida lawyers decided, we're going to take these laws to court and see what happens. They ended up winning, and the laws had to be changed. 3 words: freedom of Expression, right. So let's say you guys start doing some crazy advertising and the college doesn't like it. You end up going to court. Unfortunately, the lawyers make a lot of money, but you set a precedent based on freedom of expression and you might get away with it. And so that may be where we're heading in terms of advertising. And I want to shift gears now and focus really on what you should do to bring in and keep those patients. It's called branding. How many of you guys know or have heard of the word branding? It's not logo. It's not like a McDonald's symbol. It's branding. Do you guys know much about branding? Okay. Branding is the experience that somebody gets from start to finish when they deal with your business. Every brand is unique, right? What is McDonald's brand? Fast, delicious, affordable. What is Starbucks' brand? Expensive, but kind of hip, right? Free Wi-Fi. McDonald's has it now, but I like McDonald's coffee. Do you like McDonald's coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
Okay, he doesn't drink coffee.
Bad for my teeth.
Yeah. So before we came here, we went to a client of ours. She's a dentist in London. She has a practice. And I said, you know what her brand is, even if she doesn't know it? She's my mom. And I walk in there and I feel like I'm at home. It's very motherly. It's very like there's plants and there's fish, and she comes and she hugs me right away. That's a brand. Other types of brands we've seen, the super high-tech brands, state-of-the-art equipment, it's very corporate. We've also seen...
there's been a recent push lately on making the dental experience like a spa treatment.
Spa.
You walk in, there's massage chairs, there's rain walls behind reception, there's a tranquility music playing. So when you go in there, the experience or the brand is you're coming not just for dental treatment, you're coming to sort of treat your teeth to a day at the spa.
Right. So if you focus on the brand, the experience you're giving somebody, then look inwards first, focus on your staff. I think I see my dental hygienist for about half hour, 45 minutes, and then my dentist comes in. Honestly, I don't even know if she knows me. I see her for like 30 seconds and she's gone. Just regular cleaning, right? Or active cleaning, as they say these days.
She freezes Michael so she doesn't have to listen to him and she runs to the next operatory.
Yeah. So the point is this. If you have a well-trained hygienist and well-trained staff, they'll talk to you. They will build loyalty and trust. They will help with case acceptance. The dentist comes in, recommends something, and the hygienist will say, yeah, this makes sense, sounds good. They are a great marketing tool to sell your brand.
And should be part of your branding and should be on the same page as you when it comes to branding.
And they make you lots of money. If they bill out $150, $200 an hour and you're not there, you want to make sure that they are doing everything possible to sell your brand. And from front desk and signage and marketing and emailing, all that stuff has to basically fit your brand. So there's one message only.
I know the message. The guy in the fourth row who's sleeping might not know the message. The message is... the message is you're still...
He wasn't sleeping. He was resting.
He was resting. The message has to be this. It's the message we're trying to convey to you and what the other partners here do when they come to speak to you guys. You're a business. There's a lot of components that go into your business and a lot of things you have to think about. It's not just signing somewhere on the dotted line. It's not just handing over and writing a check. It's not just working, on someone's gums or teeth. There's a lot of elements that go into you guys as a business, and those things should be done in concert with professionals, whether it be someone who does advertising, whether it be a lawyer, whether it be your accountant.
Do you guys think you sell dental services, treatments? Do you guys think, and when I say sell, you're business people like us, you have to sell services to make a profit, otherwise you won't be in business. So are you actually selling dental services?
No, it depends. Oh.
No, you're
not for this one.
No. You're not really selling dental services, and I'll tell you why. With professionals like us, the public cannot distinguish between a good treatment and a bad treatment until after the fact. They'll bring us a will or a document, and we'll say, you got a lawyer do this? This is crap, right? I can't tell the difference if it's a good or a bad crown. I don't know, but you guys do. So you're not actually selling the service you think you are. You are selling starts with the B, ends with a D. Thank you. It's the experience. It's the personal relationship that you're selling. If they're comfortable with you, they will come back to you. Does that make sense so far? Isn't it weird lawyers talking about branding?